Hi guys, it's Barbara with Quartz Rose Tarot. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you're notified when I upload new content. Guys, if you're looking for my information to book a personal reading, my tarot deck, Magical Fantasy Tarot, or any of my other channels, everything is in the description box below the video. Let's get into this for Scorpio. Wow. So you're jumping right in. You're moving on to a new beginning here, Scorpio. You're taking that leap. I feel like towards your happiness and a new beginning, you got a victory. You've got a victory. You came back from a battle victoriously. Okay. You did. And I feel like I feel like this is for you're doing this for you and your family. You could be a single mother here or single father. Take it how it resonates with you. You cut somebody off. You ended it. It ended in a tower. It ended in a tower. I feel like you might be apologizing to your family for busting out, like you busted out, okay? But I feel like now you could have been married to this person because your energy is the Queen of Pentacles here. I feel like that you feel like you could have resisted. You could have held back. You could have held back, but you didn't. It's almost like I had the right to remain silent. I just didn't have the ability. I feel like Scorpio, let's just state the facts. If you're that pissed off, that lion's going to roar. I mean, you got a stinger at the end of your tail, okay? You're not going to play with nobody. You thought you could resist, but you were at a crossroads. You couldn't. You were committed. You thought this was your divine commitment. You thought this was a divine commitment. You were wishing for the truth, but the harsh truth came out about work. You wanted to be with somebody at work. I say he, the masculine energy, or your partner, whether it's male or female, take it out, resonates with you. I feel like you moving on to a new beginning, it's for your family. Like you are taking your power back is essentially what this is saying. Like you cut somebody off and it ended in a tower. You're no longer speaking to this person. They could have been an Aries, Leo, Sag. You love this person, you did. You're having sleepless nights about this. But there was a sexual relationship here. Oh, you may have even found out that somebody's pregnant, and this is a problem. This is a problem. This is why this all happened. You found out that they got somebody they were sleeping with at work pregnant. You found out. You got the clarity you needed. You got the clarity. There's no equal give and take here. You're manifesting strength because you're very angry. You're very angry, right? I feel like you stood your ground. You stood your ground with this person. You're coming in as a feminine energy here. For sure. There you are. You made your decision. You want justice here. You want a divorce. If you're married, this person may come back acting like they regret this. Mm. Scorpio, they may come back and try to apologize. They may come back and try to tell you how much they regret. But I feel like you're choosing to be single. You're choosing to be single. And I feel like you're trying to hold on to your peace. You said what you said. You did what you did. And now it's like you're holding on to your peace, right? Holding on to your peace. You want peace. You know, I don't feel like this is going to come back together. I almost feel like with that, the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles, once you free yourself from somebody that's toxic and you get the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles, that two of the best cards in the deck. Ace of Pentacles is something that's going to grow and prosper, right? Love or money. It's going to grow and prosper. The Sun is happiness and success, illumination. It's giving you a clear path, right? It's lighting your way. And then next to that, you got the Six of Wands with a victory. You know, whatever you're going to do now is going to prosper and grow. It's going to succeed. You released yourself from something that was obviously a problem to begin with, right? This is just one of many issues that you probably were dealing with, right? Because in the end, what you want is to hold on to your peace, like your sanity, your peace. And, you know, at the end of the day, when you just look for peace in a situation, you know you've been through some shit. You know you've been through some serious shit. I feel like, yeah, I feel like that every time this person turned around, they were looking for an opportunity to deceive you or betray you. They look literally, they were looking for the opportunity to betray and deceive. So I'm going to tell you, this isn't your first rodeo dealing with this person, but it's almost like you're going to find your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Like maybe this person was your lesson to realize your worth and value. Once you realize your worth and value, you're going to be successful at whatever you do. But it was having to release yourself from that toxic environment that made the difference in your life, because now you know what you want and you know what you want to do to keep it. Yeah, you could have been married to this person. You see, you had your eye on this person. You know, now you're trying to recover. You saw whatever your husband did, and now you're going to recover. You're going to recover from this heartbreak. You will. You're recovering from this heartbreak. You're moving forward. You're making the right decision to move forward with success. Okay. You've walked away and now you're going to get your wish, right? I feel like this person was obsessed with cheating. They were there for a good time, not a long time, but obsessed with it, right? That door's closed now. And you're moving on. You're moving on from this partner because you see the bigger picture. I feel like this is something that's been long overdue for this Scorpio. This has been long overdue for you. Okay, give me all 12 signs for Scorpio. You're dealing with an Aries. This person's wishing for a Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you're dealing with a Taurus, having sleepless nights about the relationship. You're dealing with a Gemini. I feel like somebody is trying to take all the money and leave you broke. Someone's holding on to all the money to leave you broke. If you're dealing with a Cancer, you may find a new beginning with, there'll be a new beginning with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you're dealing with a Leo, In your judgment, it's over. It's done. If you're dealing with a Virgo, this has been a long time coming because of past mistakes. If you're dealing with a Libra, there was a third party relationship. If you're dealing with another Scorpio, this person was trying to control Scorpio. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, they're unhappy about the manipulation. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, they may be obsessed with an Aries, Leo, Sag. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, I feel like the harsh truth is that somebody was either naive or they had their heads in the clouds. They weren't paying attention. If you're dealing with a Pisces, you weren't sure they were having an affair. If you're dealing with a Pisces, you weren't sure if they were having an affair. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave that there. If that resonates with you, please leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and stay blessed.